All right, you guys, I say we go ahead and get started. So, first off, I'm Jamie, and I am from the marketing team here at Schedulicity. And today we have the one and only Nina Tulio here to talk about finding new ways to make more money in 2021. Nina is a former salon owner and stylist turned business coach and motivational speaker. And we are so excited she's here today. And just a little tip, you can find a lot of her information, advice, and expertise right on our Schedulicity blog. So be sure to check that out. Next, I just like to go over a few housekeeping items before I hand it over to Nina. So first up, if you have not already signed up for a Schedulicity account, you can do so on our site by going to schedulicity.com/essentials/sign up. You can also find all of our previous and upcoming town halls on our website at schedulicity.com/essentials/webinars. And then we also will be doing a Q&A with Nina towards the end of today's webinar. And lastly, we will have the Schedulicity Cares $500 grant giveaway after Nina's presentation. So stick around for that. We have been conducting these every town hall, and all you have to do is click the link within the chat to enter, and then we will choose the winner at the end. So it takes about 2 minutes to enter, and then you will have a chance to win. And we will be giving out or, finding the winner at the end. So lastly, just remember, I sound like a broken record, but when you are utilizing the chat feature in Zoom, just make sure to send your messages to all panelists and attendees so we all can see the message that you're sending in. And Kelsey did put the link for the Schedulicity Cares giveaway in the chat, so make sure to enter. We hope everybody enters because you may be the lucky winner. All right, and with that, I would like to hand it over to Nina.
Thank you so much. I love spending time with my Schedulicity crew. You guys are so awesome, so amazing, and just really just kind, giving people, and you do so much for our industry. So thank you so much for having me back. Today, we're going to talk about making more money. And I think that we automatically assume that making more money means that you have to go out and attract new business, but we're going to kind of dive in different ways today and really look into internally in your business as opposed to always thinking about attracting new guests. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, you always want to be on the hunt for new clients, but this is just a little bit of a different way for you to make more money in your business and just feel a little bit more confident in the way that you are doing it. So my name is Nina Tulio, and I'm a former salon owner and hairstylist. I've been in the business. I can't believe it's going to be 25 years this year. 25 years in the business. I was a commissioned salon owner back in Pennsylvania for 11 years and also a hairstylist for 20 years. So what you are feeling and what you are going through and all of the things, I probably have lived in that space as well. So I can totally relate to some of the things that you are feeling when it comes to growing a business, when it comes to even managing a team, and when it comes to just making more money in your business. So with that being said, let's move on to the presentation. Let's get started. I know that we're going to be doing a Q&A toward the end of this, which is great. So feel free to raise your hand and I will answer any questions that you have. So what you are going to learn today, you're going to learn how to make more money without attracting a new client. You're also going to learn the one area that is most overlooked in our business and in your business. We're going to talk about how raising your prices by 10% can equate to thousands of dollars in revenue per year in your business. So if you haven't had a price increase in a year and a half or so, and you've been putting it off and putting it off, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can at Nina Tulio, so just my name. But I have been talking about raising prices and really kind of what that looks like. And if you've been putting it on the back burner, all of the money that you could potentially be losing in your business. So we're going to dive deep into that today, and how to create a side hustle, AKA multiple streams of revenue in your business. We're going to talk about retail. We're also going to talk about affiliate marketing. And so I am so excited to kind of dive into this and really get you focused on looking internally when it comes to some of the areas in your business that can help you make more money. So let's get to it. Okay. Making more money without attracting a new client. So there are a few ways that you can do this. And like I said, you always should be on the hunt for new guests. Even if you're booked out, even if you're booked 85%, 90%, I highly suggest not closing down your list, your booking list, because you're always going to shed typically about 10% of your book. So if you shut down your books and you stop taking clients, and then on your Instagram, you're like, not taking clients, and you put this big X and you make it like this big thing that you're not taking clients, it could be very standoffish for your clients, number one, or your potential clients. But also in 2-3 months or so after that happens and you stop taking clients, you're going to start to notice a little bit of a dip in your productivity. And you're also may even notice gaps in your schedule. So I highly recommend that if you are that booked out, we're going to talk about price increases and kind of how to navigate that. But if you are that booked out, it really may be time for you to have an increase and just not putting it out there that you're not taking new guests. We always want you to be taking new guests, but on this particular topic of diving in and making money without attracting new clients, here's what I want you to kind of dive into. So I want you to look at these two areas: frequency of visit and client retention. So let's talk about frequency of visit first. So service-based business, whether you're a salon owner, if you own a nail salon, or if you're a makeup artist, massage therapist, right? It really is about increasing that frequency of visit. So if you were to pull a report in Schedulicity, if you were to pull a report in your point of sale system, period, you will be able to see how frequently your clients are visiting you. And let's just use Linda for instance. We all have a Linda, right? Linda comes in, and every time she sits in your chair in your salon, she's like, "Oh my gosh, this gray, I wish I would come in sooner." Right? That's your cue. She's telling you without really like telling you that she wants to come in sooner, right? So that is your cue to say, "Linda, I noticed that the past couple times you've been coming in that you really say that you wish that you would be coming in sooner. So why don't we make that happen?" It's listening to your clients and really taking action that means so much, right? Frequency of visit. So now, if we get Linda to come in, from coming in to see you every 6 weeks to every 4 weeks, and depending on what your average ticket is, but we're going to use, for instance, let's just say the average ticket is $1,000. I'm sorry, $1,000. Imagine $100. That would be great if we had $1,000 average ticket. $100 average ticket, if you were to move her appointments over time in that year span, would mean that you would go from seeing her 8.5 times a year to about 13 times a year. You could increase your revenue by thousands of dollars. And it's about $5,000, give or take, right? You have to plug in your average ticket there. If you do this with 10 Lindas, okay? So if you do it with one Linda, it's about $500, right? For the year. If you can do this with 10 Lindas, I'm sure that you have 10 clients in your salon that you could increase their frequency of visit at $100 average ticket. If you could get 10 of your clients to move from 6 weeks to 4 weeks, you have the potential of making about $5,000 more a year in revenue. And again, if you have a higher average ticket, that would mean more revenue for you in your business. The other thing, and the other area that I want to tackle here, is my lived-in looks. So if you're a stylist or an owner that is really doing a lot of balayage clients and a lot of lived-in looks, they don't come in often. You may see them twice a year. So what I suggest that you do is get them to pre-book. You guys know I love pre-booking. If you follow me, I talk about pre-booking. Get them to pre-book before they leave and schedule them for a couple of these different services, either 1 or 2 or 3 of these services, right? Depending on their needs. So before Kelly leaves, you're going to say, hey, Kel, listen, I know that you come in every 5 or 6 months. However, I also know that you love your color looking fresh and beautiful. So I would love to have you come in for a gloss. We'll tone and gloss you. I would love to see you about 8 to 10 weeks in. If it's possible, we can maybe stretch it a little bit longer. If you have someone that has that beautiful money piece, you want to get them back in 8 to 10 weeks to freshen that up. I'd love to get you back in to get a trim, right? To keep your haircut on point. Deep conditioning masks, clarifying treatments. If it's the summer, you can do a combination of a clarifying treatment and a deep conditioning mask, right? These are all of the things. Pick 1, 2, or 3, whatever works best for you and your guest, and pre-book them in between their service. So that way, you go from seeing them once or twice a year to seeing them maybe 4 or 5 times a year, depending on how often they're going to come and see you. Now, depending on that average ticket, let's just say it's, she spends an additional, $150 and she comes in 3 more times. That's an additional, what is that? 450? My math's not the best. I didn't want to use my calculator, but let's just say it's an additional 450 for the year, right? If you can get 10 Kellys to do that, that's thousands of dollars over a year span of time. So I highly recommend that you go back into your salon, look at your frequency of visit, and your clients. You know who is saying that they want to come in sooner. You know those lived in look clients that really love to look fresh and keep their blonde looking on point. We don't want it to look dull or brassy. We've got to get out of our own way and really start communicating with our guests in terms of what they need, right? Because they don't know. They don't know that they should be coming in and seeing you, in between visits. They just think they can stretch it out, right? So a lot of times we don't do this because we don't want to be told no, but you have to think of it, take your stylist hat off, right? And put your business hat on and really think about the way that you could grow your business and obviously taking care of the needs of the guest. I'm not about selling services that people don't need, right? That's not how we roll. But who doesn't need a deep conditioning mask in the middle of summer or a clarifying treatment with a mask in the middle of summer, right? Especially if they're blondes. So I'm giving this an example from my area of expertise, which is being a former salon and owner. But if you're an esthetician, if you're a makeup artist, if you're a massage therapist, you can do this also with your clients in terms of thinking of, adding on services or adding value. So add-on services also is another way that you could make more money in your business. But I really wanted to focus on frequency of visit and client retention today. But just a little side note, add-on services, those $25, $30 add-ons that we just kind of blow past and not talk about with our guests, those equate to thousands of dollars. Even just adding 5 more a week will equate to thousands of dollars in your business. So I know that it's real easy. We get in routine sometimes. I know when I worked behind the chair, I would have months and months that I would do really well with add-on services, and then I would kind of fall off the wagon. It really is about keeping it consistent, right? And educating your guests on the things that they need in your business. So now let's dive into client retention. This is probably one of my absolute favorite things to talk about. And it's one of the areas that we really don't put a lot of emphasis on. Client retention is key because you can spend all the time, money, and energy trying to attract new guests. But if they come in and they don't return, your business is not growing. Your business is not growing. So the reason why typically we lose guests after the first visit, and this is a service-based industry-wide challenge, right? It's you see them one time or for the second time, right? And then solidifying them for the third time, because after they come and see you the third time, now they are a loyal guest, right? So between session 1 and 3, it's crucial. So client retention, typically clients will not come back to the salon or to your business because of the quality of work, because of the service that they received, or because they felt like the price did not meet the value of what they received. So you can dive into 3 of these key areas that I just pointed out. Look at your client retention rate and say, okay, I noticed that the past 2 months, I lost 10 clients each month, right? I really believe in following up with all new guests. This is something that I'm also very, very passionate about because it's all about communication. If you follow up with your guest, which you can absolutely do right here with your Schedulicity software, right? Super easy, automated. You can follow up with them and say, "Hey, Linda, it was so nice to meet you. Just wanted to follow up and check in and see how everything was going, see how you loved your service today. If there's anything that I can do to better serve you moving forward, please let me know." Right? Just letting them know that you care about them beyond your business. That is building solid relationships. So, client retention, it has to do with the guest experience. So, if you dive into those three key areas that I talked about, and you see that your retention is on the lower side, which in the beauty space, new guest client retention benchmark is at least 50%. And that is for a entry level stylist. It will go up as you move up into the level system of your business. That's the least amount, 50%. And for your existing guests, it's anywhere between 75 and 85%. That's where you want to live with your current guests, right? Just to give you guys a benchmark. So if you notice that your numbers are a little bit low in this area, dive into your guest experience. See how you can elevate it. See how you can, introduce intake forms or maybe digital consultations. Extend your consultation 30 minutes to really spend time getting to know them. Level up and elevate that shampoo experience. Or if you are, in a different area, not in the beauty space necessarily, think of ways that you can add value to the guest experience that no one else is willing to do. And then follow up for the win. I always say that, follow up for the win. If you are losing 10 clients a month, there needs to be some tweaking done within your business. And again, depending on what your average ticket is, that's the big driver here. And I suggest that you look it up. You could be losing thousands of dollars. I used to do this exercise with my team because sometimes when we talk, I'm going to talk to my salon owners and leaders for the moment. If you have a team of people and you talk in percentages with people, sometimes they just don't. They're like, okay, 50%, 20%, whatever. I'm not the best with percentages either. I want to know like dollar amounts and head count, right? Like talk to me in those terms. If you have a team of people and you show them and say, well, your client retention is down by 15%. They don't really know what that means. But 15% for them could mean that they're losing 10 clients a month. And based on a $100 average ticket could mean that they're losing $1,000 a month in revenue, which means that you're losing that money as well. So I believe in terms of talking to your team, let's get away from those percentages sometimes and correlate it to the way that it makes sense to them. And that's taking money off of their plate, right? And coaching them in a way that they understand that you're coaching them and helping them reach their dreams and goals, right? It's not always about money. So dive into these two key areas: frequency of visit, client retention. And I'm telling you, if you put your energy and focus into this stuff, you can make thousands of dollars without attracting a new guest. So as we move on, and we're going to dive in a little bit to the one area, this may shock you a little bit, but the one area that is most overlooked in businesses, honestly, and a lot of businesses, especially in the beauty industry: expenses. And you may be like, what? It is so true. We pay so much attention to what is being brought in. Sales, revenue, we need more heads, we need more volume, right? Which is all great. But if you're not paying attention to your expenses, what is going in and what is going out in your business, this is where we lose focus, right? The magic happens between your sales and your net profit. And that magic area is your expense area. So I'm going to give you a benchmark and a percentage. I'll start with my suite owners renters first, because this is the area that we spend the most. I should say we overspend the most. And I say we, because I did too, is your back bar supplies. So just paying attention to this one area of your expenses can be a game changer for you moving forward in your business. The benchmark and target percentage for my suite owners and renters that you get to spend every single month in correlation to the revenue that's being brought into your business is 15%. So 1-5. Back bar equates to everything back of house. So your liters of shampoo, conditioner, my massage therapist, all of your oil, anything that you're buying, keeping back of house, that's your, back bar expense, right? And so For my commission salon owners, anyone, if you're a commission salon owner right now, I wanted to just throw these benchmarks out just so you guys have them if you're in the beauty space. You get 6% to spend. And it's so small because you have so many more expenses. Your payroll is eating up the majority of your expenses. And if you start overspending that 6%, it will eat away at your profit. So guys, just for my beauty audience right now that is tuning in, take a look at what you're spending on back bar supplies. You will be amazed at how much money you can save just by cutting back on your expenses, right? And it's really about getting into a system and a routine and really looking at how much you're ordering. And the biggest tip, don't go to the beauty supply. Because when you go to the beauty supply, you're like a kid in a candy store and you want to buy everything and you end up overspending. That's my biggest tip for that area. So pay attention to your expenses. I dive deeper into categories and things like that in my courses, but I wanted to make sure that you guys had at least that one benchmark that you can look into when you go back into your business tomorrow. Okay. Now, let's dive into, we're going to move on to, yes, perfect. Let's dive into raising your prices. I'm going to open my chat because I really want to see what's happening here. I just want to ask a question. How many of you haven't raised your prices in a year and a half or more? Haven't raised your prices in a year and a half or more? No shade, just want to know, right? Because I want to be able to walk you through it. It's scary. I get it. I lived in the space of fear of not raising my prices for so long. And I want to be able to give you some confidence as you move forward today. So we have a couple, yes, 2019, 2018. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. The 15%, this is monthly. This is all monthly revenue. So 15% in correlation to your monthly revenue. We do this every single month. And 6% for all color is, yes, everything back bar, color, liters of shampoo, lightener, bowls, brushes, foils, all of that stuff is back bar. Yes. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. I raised them 2 times since the start of 2020. Wow, Stacy, good for you. I just raised my prices for the first time in January. Don't worry, Sherry. It's okay. Sherry Rose, we got you. Plan to raise in 2020, but COVID happened. Okay, so let's dive into it. Okay, I want to relieve you of the pressure of spending other people's money, because this is one of the biggest reasons why we don't raise our prices. It's guilt and it's spending other people's money. And I can say it because I did it for years in my own business and really hurt my own profit margin. So I think it's really important for you guys to do this, right? If you haven't raised your prices it's been a year and a half plus, just because of the cost of inflation, it's time. Okay. Now there are other stipulations that I go in and I coach to when I talk about raising prices. But if it's been more than a year and a half plus, it's time, because I can guarantee you that your cost of goods have gone up. Your utilities have gone up. The cost of your color, of course, has gone up. So these things are raised, which means that you have to compensate for them. If you are doing business the way that you did 3 years ago, your business isn't growing. Because if you're in that realm of charging what you charged 3 years ago, businesses are not running like that anymore. Your customers are not doing business the way that they were 3 years ago. So let's kind of talk about the when, why, and how of price increases. When do you do it? So I get this question a lot. When is a good time? So I personally think that the best time to have a price increase is October, November, right? It's right around the holidays. People are moving into spending season. You know, they are not too worried about what they're spending because they're in the season of, you know, buying gifts and things and taking care of themselves. So I personally believe that that is the best time. Now, there are other times that you can have an increase. You know, the latter part of spring sometimes will work for a great raise and increase of prices. And I'm going to tell you when the worst time to raise prices is, just in case you were wondering, January. January typically, and there may be some of you that raise your prices in January, and if that works for you, that's okay. But typically January, when people are coming off the high of spending, they have a lot of bills and credit cards and things that they're kind of worried about. So January to hit them with a price increase could be a little much, right? So just food for thought. You have to do what you feel is best for your business. Now, why? Why would you have a price increase? There are a lot of things that go into price increasing and why. I'll give you just a few without getting too deep into it. We already talked about the year and a half plus. So that's one key area. The other thing that you want to think about, are you productive, meaning that you're 85% plus booked? If you're 85% plus booked and you're booked out 3 to 4 weeks, right? I've been working with people in one of my courses, and two of them, actually, two of my students were booked out 12 weeks. I'm like, guys, it is time to have an increase, but they didn't do it because of fear of losing clients, fear of Linda not sending referrals, fear of someone saying they can't afford you, fear of hurting their feelings, right? I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, you are running a business and you have to feed your family, right? You have to feed your family. So these are just a few of the key areas. Education, investing into education, spending over a certain percentage. If you're doing that, then, you may have to consider, in correlation with the other things I talked about, productivity rate, being booked out 3 to 4 weeks, and also, also turning clients away. That's another thing. If you're turning clients away, the demand is high and there needs to be some sort of increase in place. How do we do it? I just want to add this piece before I get into the how. Think about how much you're going to have the increase. And I have a blog on my website about this. And you could do a blanket increase across the board. You can just do color prices. You could just do, makeup prices. There's different ways that you could go about this. But typically we do a percentage as opposed to a dollar amount. And we typically do it across the board. It doesn't work for everyone. Sometimes the haircut price is great, but we just need to increase the color price because we're not compensating for the color cost. So again, you have to make sure that you're doing what you feel is best for your business, but let's talk about the how, right? So I truly believe in this business. It's all about creating relationships so you can create loyal guests. And I believe it's the right thing to do to let people know that you're increasing your price. That may not work for you. I just believe that you're building this relationship with them. And it's so different than someone just going into Macy's and buying, a MAC lipstick, right? We have a relationship with our people. So just being courteous. I believe sending out an email through, you can send it right here through your Schedulicity platform and use a template that they already have, but sending out an email that basically just says, thank you so much for, supporting me over the past years. I truly appreciate you. Starting this date, we will be having a price increase of this much. And because of why, right? I always believe in explaining the why. You don't have to go into crazy details, but just a little, things are inflated. It's been a year and a half, whatever that means to you. But I believe clear communication is key so they understand why. You send it out, give about 4 to 6 weeks notice, boom, done. And there you have it. And now they feel that they're included in the conversation when this price increase is happening. You do have people that run on a budget in your business. And I believe just kind of giving them a heads up as opposed to putting them on the spot when they go to the desk to check out and they're like, that's $30 more than what I paid last time. And they're on a tight budget, which I understand. I think just clear communication is key, no matter what. Just being very, very clear is very, very important to maintain that relationship with your guests. So that's all of the detail about raising your prices. When, why, and how. You can dive deeper into that, of course, on my website. And again, cost of inflation, keep that in your mind, right? And, maybe you don't want to talk about the why. Maybe you don't want to tell people. That's okay. I'm just giving you options. You do what you feel is best for your business. Okay, let's talk about the side hustle, right? AKA multiple streams of revenue in your business, retail. There are a lot of things that are changing within our industry for retail. I want to just talk about having retail in your space first and foremost, right? Having retail in your space. How can you elevate your retail game in your business? There are a couple ways that you can do that. You can start to do package services based on the needs of your guests. So I was in a room the other day on Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys are in Clubhouse, but it's super addicting. I had to limit my time on there because it was getting crazy. But I was in a room in Clubhouse the other day, and there was a woman that was saying that she has a lot of soon to be moms. And so she started creating these retail packages with, of course, her product in the salon, but also started incorporating things that she felt that they would need as new moms. And she started packaging it up in a cute little basket or a cute little, gift bag or box, and really kind of took into that and leaned into her target client and what their needs were at that time. So I love a good package. I love creating package deals. I am from the school of selling 3 retail products at a shot. So in my case, it would be a shampoo, conditioner, and styling product, and wrapping them together as a package. You could also throw something in there if you can work with your vendor. You can throw something in there, like maybe a little trial size of something totally free, wrap it up with a cute little bow and display them on a high top table if you have room, or even putting them on your desk, and really start to drive and elevate that retail service for your guests. The other thing too is having grab and go items. If you want to increase your retail, right? Because you have more margin on your retail than you do on your services, right? Grab and go items are key. And I know things are different right now, obviously, with protocol for COVID. However, if you listen, we started adding lip balms into my front desk, these little lip balms that were from Aveda. We could not keep them. They were $8 a pop, and they were flying off our shelves like hotcakes. Think of what your clients need and turn it into a one-stop shop, right? One-stop shop. What is going to be convenient for them? If you have a nail salon, right? Oils, cuticle oils, and things that they could purchase while they're there, things that they, files and things that they don't have to go out and order from Amazon or from other places. Make it super convenient for the guest, and then create little packages, right? And yeah, Stacy, this just popped up. Hand sanitizers. Absolutely. I love that. Think of what the needs are for your guests and make packages that are conducive for them. And if they don't sell, you break them up and you sell them at regular price, right? It's all good. So I think it's diving deeper into that. But I also wanted to talk about affiliate marketing. And in the beauty space, affiliate marketing has really come alive since COVID. And basically what it is you don't have to carry 3 lines of product in your salon anymore. You can maybe carry 1 line, because guys, listen, when you have products sitting on your shelf, it is dollars that are sitting there on your shelf, and it's a lot to carry. So if you were to look into affiliate marketing, and if you would Google affiliate marketing in the beauty space, you'll get, like, if you have a line that you love to carry, whether it's, Redken or R&Co, I'm just throwing out some names, you can check to see if they use affiliate links. And basically how it works is you would sign up for, let's just use R&Co. Let's just say you love R&Co and you sign up for their affiliate link. Okay. Now you have your own link for you. Now, when Judy comes in and sits in your chair, you don't have to carry all of the product, right? Maybe you have 1 on your shelf just as a hybrid, just to keep it there so she could play around with it and smell it, which is important. But you don't have to stock it, which means you're saving money. And you say, okay, Judy, I know that you love this. I'm going to walk you through the process of how to purchase this with my affiliate link. You walk them through, you have a little iPad, it's super simple and easy. They create an account, boom. They purchase with your link. The product gets sent to Judy's house within a day or 2, whatever the shipping looks like for that company. And then you get paid your commission. Every single product line is different in terms of commission. So you'll have to investigate what is going to work, what product lines you want to use, and then they'll tell you what their commission is going to be. But some of them are offering up to 40% commission when you sell their product using your affiliate link. The other thing that this really helps with, and listen, I'm old school. I've been in the business 25 years. Remember, I'm old school, meaning that we should have like our whole shelves lined with products. Things have changed big time. And so when you're thinking about this, you don't have to carry all of this, but you have the opportunity to sell other lines. You're not just pigeonholed into the lines that you carry, because we love product, right? But if you only have 1 line and you're only going to sell that 1 line, what if Linda comes in and she wants to buy something else? Verb, let's just say. Now you can't sell it to her. She has to go buy it somewhere else. Now you have the opportunity for them to buy it from you, and you're still going to be paid commission. So affiliate marketing, there is, I see a hand raised here for the product commission. If you get paid monthly from the brand, and each brand again does it differently. And typically, this is not all, but typically will pay you on a credit card, like a Visa card. So they'll load up your Visa card every month in your commissions. If you have a team, then obviously they would be a part of this as well. It would just be one link, and then you pay them their, you can even increase a little bit their retail commission depending on how much you're getting paid. You just pay them right through their payroll. So affiliate marketing, I would definitely look into it and check and see if your brand that you love is involved. There are so many that are coming on board now because they're cutting out the middleman, and now they're just shipping direct to the consumer, and they are saving money, and it's helping you actually build more money and grow your business without having to carry all of that retail on your shelf. So couple ways for you to side hustle, really up your game in retail. Think of those packages, think of the needs for your guest and creating convenience, one-stop shop. And then looking into those affiliate marketing links and see if that's the direction that you want to take your business. I really do believe that it is the way of our future when it comes to retail. And it helps you, it helps the client, and it helps when you're out of stuff. Here, just use this link, boom, it'll be to your house in a couple days. So that is our program today. I hope that you guys find value in this. I'm going to do just a quick little recap just so you guys can maybe do a little homework if you wanted to dive in a little bit deeper when you leave today. Remember to focus on your frequency of visit and client retention. That's going to help you, build your revenue and make more money. Dive deep into your monthly expenses. We don't want to overlook, right? We want to pay attention to really what's going on in your expense account of your business. Plan out and price increase if needed, right? Plan out a price increase if needed. And we already talked about the stipulations to that. And think about your side hustle, right? It really is all about having multiple streams of revenue. I believe I love Dave Ramsey, and he talks about, I believe, having 8 to 10 streams of revenue. And so you're so welcome. Thank you, Amy. And so plan it out, get yourself started, right? If you feel it's overwhelming, take it one step at a time and shift your focus from only worrying about attracting those new guests to really looking internally in your business, because there is so much money to be had within your business. So thank you guys. Thank you. I believe we're going to open it up to questions. We have a little giveaway that we're going to be doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out on my Instagram as well. It's at Nina Tulio. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have if we can't cover them all here today.
Yes. So I did just link your hashtag in the chat at Nina Tulio, like she said. But yeah, let's open it up for a little Q&A here. So if you'd like to raise your hand, I'll just go ahead and unmute you, and you can ask your question directly to Nina. So it looks like May has a question.
Hello.
Hi,
Testing. Hi, Nina. So I just wanted to thank you for this class. It's very useful and insightful. And although I was late, I really got a lot of meat in it. So I wanted to ask you the question about where you mentioned raising your prices. So let's say I'm thinking of raising my prices to my clients slowly. Like, let's say I'm thinking of a strategy where I could decrease the hours of service that I'm offering and then slowly include the add-ons for a fee. What do you think about that?
So let me just make sure that I understand. And thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you found value in the class today. So you're thinking of decreasing the hours, right? Decreasing your hours worked. And you're thinking about adding on additional services to increase the price. Do I have that right?
Yes, that is correct.
So yes, so that would be really like add-on services, right? So if you can leverage the fact of increasing your average ticket, even if you were to increase it $10, $15, which may not sound like a lot, but if you're, depending on how many clients a week and month you're seeing, that could again turn into thousands of dollars. But yes, thinking outside of the box when it comes to how you can increase your average ticket, what add-ons you have to offer. Again, though, in terms of decreasing your hours, you want to make sure that your revenue is consistently stable first, and those add-ons are solidified and you feel good about them before you start to decrease your hours. Because if you decrease your hours and the add-ons aren't there, you may lose a little bit of that revenue. So I hope that helps you and that answers your question.
Very much so. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Okay, Nina, we did have a question come in through the Q&A chat as well. So when you were talking about the affiliate links, Liliana is wondering how shipping is typically handled. So does the business owner pay for shipping or does the client? Can you speak to that?
Sure, that's a great question. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm sure that actually different vendors do it different ways. However, I believe that the client pays for their own shipping. So there may be brands out there that do free shipping over a certain amount of order, like when you order from an Ulta or a Sephora or something like that. They sometimes will, if you spend $50, we will waive the shipping. I believe that the brands are doing it that way, but don't quote me on that, as brands are also doing it differently as well. But I believe that the client picks up the tab on that one.
Thank you. And will you just let everybody know about your private coaching sessions if you have that available, and also the courses that you have?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of my private coaching, I am taking coaching clients. I'm booked out a little ways at the moment because I want to make sure that I can give everyone 150% of my time and attention. But yes, please absolutely reach out on my website and my assistant will be in touch with you and walk you through the process. But I also do have courses that I am very involved with, but they're, kind of structured, but work at your own pace. And my Make That Money course is for my suite owners and renters. We just wrapped today, actually, Make That Money, and it's coming back in the spring. And then Synergy is my commission salon owner course. And that is 8 weeks long. And we have one more week left on that. And that will also be opening up in the next few months as well. So please feel free to go on my website at ninatulio.com. There's a lot of free information as well on there for you to kind of grab some free downloads and things. But if you're interested in coaching, you can just click the contact button. It'll go right to my assistant, and then we can walk through the process from there.
Perfect. Thank you, Nina. And it looks like we have another hand raised. Emily, I'm going to go ahead and give you permission to talk.
Hi, Nina.
Hi, Emily.
Hi. So I'm currently a one-person tiny little shop, and I'm looking to expand my business right now into a 1,500 square foot shop with 5 rental stations. Now, I do men's hair, so I'm not technically a barber. I'm a Cosmo, but I specialize in men's hair.
Okay.
And I'm going for sort of an upscale environment. So my question is kind of 2-part. One, for the rental stations, I'm kind of going to be asking top dollar, or what would be considered really at the top of what you can get for a rental station in my area. Because I think that's what the chair is worth. And I want to get people in there who are really serious about their careers. But then I wonder if I would be sort of shorting myself of wiggle room to increase their rent so that, as my rent goes up over the years, I'm not, it sort of falls in line with that. So does that make sense, that question?
Yes, it does make sense. Absolutely. And I think so. I love how you're saying that you know the value that the chair brings, right? I love that. And also, you have to think about how you're adding value for your renters. Like, what are you offering? Wi-Fi, snacks for the guests, towel service, all of those things. You kind of have to walk through that. I believe that there is a specific calculation that we use to help renter salon owners calculate the cost of their chair. And it really is important to make sure that we wrap profit in there. But you're right. If you start them out at the top tier, there will be room for movement in terms of charging them more. And if they're busy and they're doing well, they're not going to mind. But there also is a calculation and a system that you kind of want to abide by too. And of course, doing your market research, which I'm sure you already have in your area and neighborhood, to make sure that you're in line with that as well. And I love that you're saying that you want to have renters in there that are going to, really be kind of part of your brand in essence, right? Even though they're not part of the team, they are working under your brand. So take the time
Right.
to, find the right people. I don't necessarily know. I can't say that it's going to be top dollar because until we would run the calculation, we wouldn't really know. But think of how you're adding value to your renters. What are you including with that top dollar? And that will make more sense. I hope that helps.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
All right, you guys, it is now time to move into the giveaway. So we do have the winner, and I am going to go ahead and announce that it is Christy Gribble with Yoga with Christy. So congratulations to you, Christy. We'll be in touch with getting you the grant. Yay, she said yay. So thank you so much, Nina. And please do, everybody, check Nina out at our website at www.ninatulio.com and also on Instagram. And remind everybody of your Instagram, Nina.
It's just at Nina Tulio. So feel free to give me a follow and also slide in my DMs if you have any other questions. And congrats to you, Christy. How exciting. Yay.
Thank you so much for joining, everybody. And please be sure to join us next time, March 15th at the same time, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, as we will be having experts from the NAV platform, financial platform, here to discuss financing your business in 2021. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you, guys. See you later.